In the previous lecture, we have studied about characters of equilibrium, laws of equilibrium and types of equilibria. Now, we will learn about applications of equilibrium constant by different ways. Applications of equilibrium constant. Before considering the applications of equilibrium constant, let us summarize the important features of equilibrium constant as follows. First point, expression for equilibrium constant is applicable only when concentrations of the reactants and products have attained constant value at equilibrium state. Second point, equilibrium constant is temperature dependent, having one unique value for a particular reaction represented by a balance equation at a given temperature. Third point, the value of equilibrium constant is independent of initial concentration of the reactants and products. The equilibrium constant for the reverse reaction is equal to the inverse of the equilibrium constant for the forward reaction. Fifth point, the equilibrium constant K for a reaction is related to the equilibrium constant of the corresponding reaction, whose equation is obtained by multiplying or dividing the equation for the original reaction by a small integer. Let us consider applications of equilibrium constant to first predict the extent of a reaction on the basis of its magnitude. The numerical value of the equilibrium constant for a reaction indicates the extent of the reaction, but it is important to note that an equilibrium constant does not give any information about the rate at which the equilibrium reached. The magnitude of Kc or Kp is directly proportional to the concentration of products and inversely proportional to the concentration of the reactants. It means that a high value of K is suggestive of a high concentration of products and vice versa. We can make the following generalizations regarding the composition of equilibrium mixture as a point. Large value of equilibrium constant means Kc is greater than 10 to the power 3 shows that forward reaction is favored, as concentration of the product is much larger than that of reactants at equilibrium. As for reaction, example, at 300 Kelvin temperature, hydrogen react with bromine to gives 2 molecule of HBr, as H2 plus Br2 gives twice of HBr. The Kc for this reaction is 5.4 into 10 to the power 18. Next is H2 plus Cl2 gives twice of HCl. Kc for this reaction is 4.0 into 10 to the power 31. This shows that equilibrium concentration of the products HBr and HCl is very high. The reaction go almost to completion. The second case is B, that is intermediate value of K between 10 to the power minus 3 to 10 to the power 3 shows that the concentration of the reactants and products are comparable. As consider the following example. For the reaction of hydrogen with iodine to give Hi, Kc is 57.0 at 700 Kelvin temperature. Third point is C, low value of K, that means Kc is lesser than 10 to the power minus 3 shows that backward reaction is favored, as concentration of reactants is much larger than that of the products. Example, N2 plus O2 give twice of NO. Kc for this reaction is 4.8 into 10 to the power minus 31 at 298 Kelvin temperature. Now, the second application is predicting the direction of reaction. The equilibrium constant helps in predicting the direction in which a given reaction will proceed at any stage. For this purpose, we calculate the reaction quotient, that is Q. The reaction quotient Q, Qc with molar concentration and Qp with partial pressure, is defined in the same way as the equilibrium constant Kc, except that the concentration in Qc are not necessarily equilibrium values. For a general reaction as A plus B gives C plus D, that is reversible reaction. A small letter A, small b, small c and small d are the number of moles as previously. This can be expressed as QC is equal to molar concentration of C to the power moles of C, molar concentration of D to the power D divided by molar concentration of A to the power A and molar concentration of B to the power B. Then if QC is greater than Kc, the reaction will proceed in the direction of reactants, that is reverse reaction. And in second, if QC is lesser than Kc, the reaction will proceed in the direction of products, that is forward reaction. And in third case, if QC is equal to Kc, the reaction mixture is already at equilibrium. The reaction quotient QC is useful in predicting the direction of reaction by comparing the values of QC and Kc. This can be shown by the following diagram. As this diagram, we have these three phases. In the first phase, if the value of K is greater than Q, then the reaction forms product. And to the right, if the value of Q is greater than K, then the reaction forms reactants. And in third case, if the value of Q and K are equal, in that case the reaction is in equilibrium. If QC is lesser than Kc, net reaction goes from left to right. If QC is greater than Kc, net reaction goes from right to left. If QC is equal to Kc, that is the middle part, no net reaction occurs. Let us discuss one problem. The value of Kc for the reaction twice of A gives B plus C is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 at a given time. The composition of reaction mixture is molar concentration of A is equal to molar concentration of B is equal to molar concentration of C is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles. Now, in which direction the reaction will proceed? We can calculate this value like as for the reaction quotient QC is given by QC is equal to B molar concentration of B molar concentration of C, that is divided by the molar concentration of A to the power 2, that is moles of A, as molar concentration of A is equal to molar B and molar concentration C is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 m. So, the QC is 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 into 3 into 10 to the power minus 4, because the molar concentration of A and B are equal, that is divided by that 3 into 10 to the power minus 4 to the whole square is equal to 1, as QC in this case is greater than Kc. So, the reaction will proceed in the reverse direction. Now, the third application of equilibrium constant in calculating equilibrium concentrations. In case of problem in which we know the initial concentration, but do not know any of the equilibrium concentrations, the following steps shall be followed. Step first is we have to write the balance equation for the reaction. Step second, under the balance equation, make a table that lists for each substance involved in reaction, like A point, the initial concentration, B, the change in concentration on going to equilibrium, and C, the equilibrium concentrations. In constructing the table, define X as the concentration, that is mole per liter. If one of the substance that react on going to equilibrium, then use the stoichiometry of the reaction to determine the concentrations of the other substance in terms of X. Step 3, calculate the equilibrium concentration of each reactant and product from the stoichiometry of the equation. Step 4th, write expression for Kc and Kp. Step 5th, substitute equilibrium concentrations and calculate X. Step 6, check the result by substituting calculated values of equilibrium concentrations to get the value of Kc and Kp. For example, consider a general reaction, that is 2A plus B gives C plus 2D. In this reaction, at initial case, A is the mole of 2A and B is the mole of B, and the initial condition reaction has not been started, so there is no moles of product. But at equilibrium, if the moles of product for the case of D is X and in case of C is X by 2, then moles of 2A will be A minus X and for B, B minus X by 2. So, the Kc constant for this reaction will be molar concentration of C and molar concentration of D to the power 2 divided by molar concentration of A to the power 2 and B, as X by 2 X A minus X, then B minus X by 2. Now, the value can be calculated. Calculate the value of X. Example is there. If 13.8 gram of N2O4 was placed in a 1 liter reaction vessel at 400 Kelvin and allowed to attain equilibrium, the reaction is N2O4 gives twice of NO. The total pressure at equilibrium was found to be 9.15 bar. Now, we have to calculate the Kc, Kp and partial pressure at equilibrium. This can be solved as, we know that ideal equation Pv is equal to nRT, total volume 1 liter has been given in the question. Molecular mass of N2O4 is 92 gram. Number of moles 13.8 divided by 92 is equal to 0.15 of the gas, that is N. Gas constant R 0.083 bar liter per mole per Kelvin. Temperature T is 400 K. So, Pv is equal to nRT, having the P into volume 1 liter is equal to number of moles N 0.15 mole into value of R 0.083 into temperature, that is 400 Kelvin. So, P will be equal to 4.98 bar. For the reaction N2O4 gives twice of NO. Initial pressure is 4.98 bar and final is 0. At equilibrium 4.98 minus X gives 2X bar. Hence, P total at equilibrium is equal to PN2O4 plus PNO2 is equal to 9.15 is equal to 4.98 minus X or plus 2X. 9.15 is equal to 4.98 plus X. So, X can be calculated. X is equal to 9.15 minus 4.98 is equal to 4.17 bar. Partial pressure at equilibrium R, P N2O4 is equal to 4.98 minus 4.17 is equal to 0.81 bar. PNO2 is equal to 2X as the product gives, that is 2 into 4.17 is equal to 8.34 bar. So, Kp is equal to PNO2 square divided by PN2O4 is equal to 8.34 square divided by 0.81 is equal to 85.87. Kp is equal to Kc RT delta N. 85.87 is equal to Kc into 0.083 into 400. So, Kc can be calculated for this relationship as Kc is equal to 2.586 is equal to 2.6. So, in this lecture we have learnt about applications of equilibrium constant. In the next lecture we will discuss about relationship between equilibrium constant K, reaction quotient Q and Gibbs energy, that is capital G, and factors affecting to equilibria. Thank you.